Hey, what's up everyone? This week we're going to be taking a look at Y'shtola. She's a shoot type character, and she can play more of a supporting role than a lot of the characters we've looked at so far. Most of her attacks have some sort of debuff attached to them, like slowing an enemy or reducing their attack and defense whenever the attack connects. On top of that, she also has moves that can stun enemies for a long time, linger around the battlefield, or have a lot of knockback. These moves give you and your teammates the opportunity to follow up or isolate a single target, so Y'shtola can be a really strong character if you have a team that works well with her. She's not going to have the immediate and in-your-face impact that characters like Squall or Cloud have most of the time, but she can have that same level of impact in a more subtle way. It seems like many of her attacks are slow and some of her projectiles are very slow, so you have to be smart about when you attack. Her X skill allows her to channel a heal for nearby allies' HP and bravery, so that can be useful in the right situations. She has a few good HP attacks, some are more offensive and some are more for zoning. The player we're going to watch today is Mikey Neko, a veteran Y'shtola player who has over 100 videos of her on his channel. But in these videos that I'm going to show you, he's using the HP attack Lance of Life, which is the more offensive HP attack. It's got a decent range, but it's a small projectile and has a long charge up time, so it can be kind of difficult to hit on its own. If Y'shtola connects with it and there are allies nearby, it's going to heal their HP for a percentage based on the damage she deals. So let's jump into this first match here and we can get an idea kind of how Y'shtola plays. Alright, so our first matchup here, we've got Y'shtola, Furion, and Ramza on the blue team going up against Lightning, Y'shtola, and Sephiroth on the red team. So blue team is definitely kind of melee heavy with two melee characters, but they also have two good characters that can start combos in Furion and Y'shtola. So we'll see if they can, do anything with that. So right off the bat, you see Y'shtola throwing out some of her long-range projectiles, just trying to poke at the enemy while they're kind of far away. That purple one's called Virus. It's pretty slow, but it deals some good damage, and it will reduce the attack and defense of whoever it hits by 10% for a little while. So one thing I just want to point out, you see Sephiroth has kind of moved away from his team and is trying to do an attack on Y'shtola here. So Y'shtola has a couple of moves in her moveset that will kind of discourage melee attackers from just attacking head-on. One of those is this Blizzard attack, which is just a really fast attack that happens right in front of Y'shtola. So if Sephiroth had kept charging in, theoretically what would happen is Y'shtola would throw this out and connect with this first before Sephiroth could hit her with any attack. So what you kind of see here is that Sephiroth moves away from her and doesn't try to keep attacking because, she's kind of onto him there. So anyways, the Summoning Stone pops up here, so you see everyone's kind of moving towards it as usual. Y'shtola's throwing out some of her projectiles on it because it's kind of a safe way to build up the summon gauge. Sephiroth had kind of moved in close to her once again, so she threw out that Blizzard once more. You see Sephiroth is throwing out his HP attack on Ramza there. Y'shtola tries to interrupt it, but isn't quite able to interrupt it, but she is able to connect with her HP attack. So deal some good damage to Sephiroth there. She's throwing out some different projectiles here. That one is called Stone, and basically it's faster than Virus, obviously, does a little bit less damage, but it's a good move to use whenever someone's right in front of you. So I just want to point out real quick also, this kind of swirl of wind and rock that she just placed down on the ground, it's a trap that she can put down one at a time. Basically, if any enemy moves in close to her, it's going to deal some good damage to them and, stun them for just a second. So you'll often see Y'shtola's kind of playing around that and trying to stay close to their traps. So anyways, you see the Summoning Stone is popping up once again, so you see Y'shtola's kind of moving towards it and just dealing some damage on that. So now blue team has their summon gauge full, so they can make use of that sometime soon. Y'shtola tries to throw out her Lance of Life attack there, but not able to connect with it in the open area there. It's pretty easy to dodge because it has a long charge up time. You see Lightning is really close to her on the minimap, so she threw out that Blizzard just in case Lightning was, going to try to attack her. Lightning didn't end up doing so, but just trying to play safe. Looks like Ramza's got his HP attack going on Lightning there. You saw Red Team Y'shtola was ready to interrupt it. She was standing right by there, so Blue Team Y'shtola was just, interrupting Red Team Y'shtola, trying to prevent her from interrupting Ramza's HP attack. You see they summoned Bahamut here, and the reason we have Bahamut is because he synergizes really well with Ramza. He reduces the cooldown of his X skill and makes it last a little bit longer. Bahamut with an assist there, helping Y'shtola get away from Lightning, but it looks like blue team just lost their second health bar, so now they're only down to one left. They need to play kind of carefully here. Since Bahamut's active though, they need to be aggressive with that. Furion actually locks down the enemy's Y'shtola with his Bravery combo, so blue team Y'shtola is able to follow up with Lance of Life and deal some really good HP damage there, putting her really low on health. Blue team's kind of grouped up here, just trying to look for somebody to attack. Red team is really split up, so you see them all kind of focusing on Lightning here. They're trying to collapse on her. She's able to escape though, just kind of dashing off to the side and away back to the red team. So once again, you see Y'shtola just throwing out some projectiles, throwing out her arrow attack there. That's another kind of fast projectile. It just deals bravery damage over time if it connects. And something I didn't mention earlier, that stone attack actually reduces the movement speed of anyone it hits for a short period of time, so that's a good one to hit on somebody if you're trying to, follow up some combos on them. But anyways, so now that her teammates are moving in, you see her kind of following closely behind Firion and Ramza. Firion actually caught Sephiroth with a bravery attack, so that stunned him just long enough for Y'shtola to follow up with her Lance of Life and pick up the first kill of the game for the blue team. So nice moves by them. Looks like they're focusing on red team Y'shtola now. Ramza's actually got his HP attack on her. She's able to get out of it, and red team summons there, but Firion's able to follow up with Lord of Arms and pick up the kill on her anyway. So no problem there. Now the game's evened up 1 health bar apiece. So now that Rama's active, you see blue team's just kind of trying to move away, not trying to pick a fight. Y'shtola specifically is just trying to move away and throw out some of her long-range projectiles. Doesn't want to get caught out and be the last kill. So still just doing that, just throwing out some projectiles. It looks like red team's trying to move in on her. Lightning tried to attack her there, but she misses, so she just kind of tries to move away, doesn't want to mess with Y'shtola. So Y'shtola's moving in now. Firion has Lightning locked in a bravery combo, and you see Y'shtola actually throws out her arrow 2 attack there, which is the one I was talking about that stuns for a short period of time. But Sephiroth did a good job there of interrupting and not letting anyone follow up on that. You see Sephiroth is doing his HP attack there on Ramza. Y'shtola tries to interrupt him, but is actually attacked by both red team Y'shtola and Lightning. The Sephiroth's attack wasn't enough to kill though, so not a problem there. Ramza just needs to be careful with his health bar. So Sephiroth is kind of moving in there. You see everyone's a little nervous there, not wanting to do that last kill. Everyone was shielding and not attacking. Firion actually has Lightning locked in a bravery combo once again, and Y'shtola's able to follow up, but not quite enough to kill Lightning there. Red team has 2 really low health bars though, so we'll see if anyone can make a move on them, just get a quick HP attack off. Y'shtola tries to throw out her HP attack on Lightning. Actually, it looks like Ramza picks up the kill on red team Y'shtola on the other side of the map there. So picking up the victory there for the blue team. So pretty good moves there. You kind of see actually a more offensive style of Y'shtola in this one game. She synergized really well with Firion there because she had a good HP attack that could follow up on all of his different bravery combos. That's kind of Firion's game there, is he's really good combo character like I was saying at the beginning. So Y'shtola was able to take advantage of that. You also kind of saw the strength of all of Y'shtola's different projectiles. You saw they kind of helped zone out the enemy team a little bit, forcing them into bad situations because of, trying to dodge projectiles all the time. So Y'shtola is definitely a strong character, even though she kind of, plays a more supporting role. In this game, there's no, specific support character, so even that she plays that supporting role, she's still very offensive and can deal a lot of HP damage, especially whenever you build her with the HP attacks like the one that she has in this one, where she's got that more offensive role anyway. Alright, so let's jump right into our next matchup here. This is the red team, and they are Vaughn, Firion, and Terra, and they're going up against blue team, which is Y'shtola, Tidus, and Bartz. So right away you see we're on the Besaid map, which is just kind of a big open area. It's pretty flat, so it'll make it easier for Y'shtola to just kind of throw out her projectiles and not necessarily worry about getting caught, in bad positions or, caught in between 2 walls, things like that. So you see she's kind of throwing out her projectiles like I was saying. Everyone's kind of moving around. She's trying to stay close to that little trap, so if anyone comes too close to her, they'll get caught in that. So it looks like the summoning stone is spawning now, so you see she's putting her trap down on top of the summoning stone actually. And what that does basically is as soon as the summoning stone spawns, it immediately activates the trap. So it's kind of a nice little Y'shtola trick. It'll hit anybody close by and also, immediately get a hit on the summoning stone. But anyways, blue team, they got the better of the summoning stone for sure. Their gauge is almost full already. You see Y'shtola still just kind of moving away from the red team and just throwing out projectiles from a distance. Just kind of keeping an eye on what everybody is doing. So Vaughn kind of moves into Y'shtola there. She actually hits him with her stone attack. And immediately after that, you see Bartz and Tidus kind of move in while he's distracted by that stone and while he's in a stun animation. So good little combo there by all of them. So you see the summoning stone is coming up here. Everybody's really grouped up on it. Red team is trying to build up on it, but blue team actually does finally max out their summon gauge. So they'll be able to summon whenever they get the opportunity. You see everybody here is kind of focusing Y'shtola. Vaughn and Furion are trying to attack her. Bart's is actually able to step in between her and them, kind of disrupting them, which is good because her dash gauge had just ended. So good teamwork right there. You see Terra was trying to shoot. Okay, so actually let's just look back at that real fast. So you see, so what happened was Terra was trying to shoot Y'shtola as she was dashing. She missed, and that kind of locked her into a somewhat long animation. So Titus takes advantage of that, goes in and hits her with his slice and dice attack. You see Vaughn is trying to rush in to help Terra out and try to interrupt Titus. He's not going to get there in time, and what actually happens is Y'shtola takes advantage of the fact that Vaughn is focusing on Titus, and shoots through the slice and dice, hits with her Lance of Life, and actually picks up a kill on him. So immediately, blue team's in a great spot. They get 2 kills, they get Rama active. So now we'll see if they try to get aggressive here and finish the game. So as you'd expect, red team is kind of grouped up, trying to stick together and kind of move out of the way of Rama. Looked like Vaughn kind of got stuck in Rama's attack, but no one was able to really take advantage of it. He's trying to escape now, yeah, and he's just kind of grouping back up with his team. He kind of got around everybody in the blue team. So Y'shtola is just back to playing her usual game of throwing out projectiles and just trying to get anybody locked down. Everyone was kind of focusing on Furion there. Terra actually hits Y'shtola with a really long attack chain there, dealing a ton of bravery damage. She's just kind of shifting around, just seeing who to attack, seeing if there's anybody she needs to watch out for her team's sake. Just kind of throwing out her virus attack whenever she doesn't have anything specific she needs to do, just because it lasts for a long time and kind of disrupts the movement of your opponents. She's trying to throw out her arrow too there, seeing if she could lock someone down, but no luck. Furion actually catches her, breaks her bravery there. She's just throwing out her stone attack there on Furion. He was kind of standing still. I think he was maybe trying to attack someone else, so she was able to connect a couple of times with it. It's a really good move to use on somebody who isn't moving. She tried to use her Lance of Life there. Furion actually interrupted her with a bravery combo before she could get it off. If she was a step away, might have been able to pull it off. Looks like red team just picked up their first kill on Bart's. Their first kill of the game there, and now they've got their summon off. So now blue team is going to have to be the ones kind of running away, trying not to get too aggressive here, because one wrong step and they could, you know, lose a life or lose this game. So Y'shtola is just backing way up. She's going to just start throwing out some of her projectiles. She's got virus going right there. She's trying to watch out for Bart's here, making sure that nobody follows up on him, just throwing out some of her projectiles there. Just kind of trying to keep red team discouraged from actually following up. So that was good for her to support her team there. Furion actually catches her with a combo there. Terra's following up on it, dealing a lot of bravery damage to Y'shtola. Nobody was able to hit with any HP attack though, so nothing too bad was lost. Once again, she's just kind of playing her game of throwing out some projectiles. It looked like Vaughn was trying to chase her for a second. She threw down her trap now, so she's a little safer. She's just kind of standing in it, dissuading anyone from really getting too close. She looked like Furion was starting a combo there on Bart. She actually interrupted it with her stone attack, and then Titus was actually able to follow up on it, so turned a bad situation into a good one there, it looked like. Red team is all grouped up here, just trying to watch each other's backs. Titus is trying to disrupt a little bit. You see Y'shtola is throwing out her Lance of Life, wasn't able to quite connect on Furion. She actually throws it out again and he dashes away, so Furion is a little isolated here, and Titus is actually able to pull off his slice and dice and pick up the win there. So that is actually kind of an understated zoning play there, if we look at it again real quick. So you see, the thing you have to do against her Lance of Life attack is that you just have to dash. It's the only way to avoid it. So Furion ends up dashing away from his team. Now he's isolated amongst all 3 of the blue players. Red team cannot get there in time. Even though Furion starts a bravery attack and, you know, catches Bart's, Titus is actually able to avoid it and follow it with the slice and dice. So that was actually a really good, subtle play there by Y'shtola to kind of force Furion away from his team and let her allies actually pick up the kill. So that was a really, really good move there. A lot of good play there by the blue team. You can kind of see Y'shtola at work with her projectiles in these big flat maps where she can just, you know, do whatever she wants and kind of easily stay away from everybody else. Alright, so last matchup here for you guys. We've got the blue team, which is going to be Y'shtola, Zidane, and Vaughn, going up against red team, which is Onion Knight, Sephiroth, and Vaughn. So pretty balanced teams. We'll see if Onion Knight goes Sage mode, so that'll be one shoot, two melee characters on both sides. So we're just gonna see Y'shtola here just throwing out projectiles like she usually does while the teams are separated. Red team is firing back with theirs as well. They actually have a couple of characters with some good projectiles, so we'll just kind of see the poke war going on. Looks like Vaughn and Zidane are kind of rushing in trying to attack there. Y'shtola tried to throw out an HP attack, she got punished for it, wasn't able to connect. Looks like the red team Vaughn did take some damage though. Summoning Stone is active now, so we see blue team kind of focusing. They got most of the gauge there. Looks like red team Vaughn was trying to attack blue team Vaughn there. Y'shtola actually caught him with her arrow 2 attack, locked him into place so he couldn't follow up anything. And then she was actually able to hit him with the Lance of Life while he was locked down. So that was a nice move there to both support her teammate and actually put out some HP damage by Y'shtola. So everyone's really grouped up here. She actually threw down her trap and it got guarded though. Just throwing out some stone attacks here, building up some bravery. She sees that red team Vaughn is really close to her, so she's throwing out her blizzard here. Looks like she's guarding because he's sticking around. And there you go, you finally kind of see that blizzard in action there. Vaughn did finally try to rush in on her, and she actually was able to connect with him before he could dodge away or get his attack off. So blue team has filled up their summon gauge here. We'll see if they try to summon anytime soon. So actually here they go right now. They're trying to summon. Looks like that's Onion Knight coming in trying to attack Y'shtola. She actually drops her trap and knocks him far away so that she can continue the summon animation. Looks like Rama is active now. So we'll see if blue team tries to play a little more aggressive. She's once again just throwing out some of her projectiles while no one's really focusing on her too much. Looks like red team has decided now to start focusing on her a little bit. She just took one hit, but nothing too serious. She's moving in on Vaughn. She tried to catch him with her arrow too so she could follow up with a kill, but he actually dodges away. Looks like they're trying to focus red team Vaughn. They did connect with an HP attack, but just not quite enough to kill him. He still has 50 health left. So red team's trying to dodge around Rama's attacks. He actually finally gets caught there in her arrow 2, so she was actually able to pick up the kill with Lance of Life there, finishing off Vaughn, picking up the first kill of the game. So she caught Sephiroth there, knocked him back, and threw out Lance of Life, but she was a couple of steps away. It just didn't quite have the reach she needed to reach Sephiroth, so wasn't able to connect with any damage there. Blue team is kind of pushing forward here. Looks like Sephiroth caught Vaughn in a bravery attack. Y'shtola tried to hit him, couldn't interrupt it. Looks like red team Vaughn was trying to focus on Y'shtola there. He was completely focused on it, and then Zidane came from behind, actually picked up a kill on him while he was looking at Y'shtola, so nice teamwork there. Good awareness by the Zidane player. So looks like Zidane now is kind of trapped in the corner. It looks like he's in a 2v1 off to the side here. Blue team's trying to help him out, but couldn't quite get there in time. After they picked up the kill, red team tried to summon there. It looks like they were all kind of standing in place, and Y'shtola actually had the awareness there to throw out Lance of Life while they were stuck in position trying to summon, and actually pick up a kill there, finish off the game. So great awareness there by the Y'shtola player, knowing when to use her HP attack. As you can see, she can really be an offensive threat with that HP attack. Unless the enemy is, dashing around a lot, kind of like they were in the last game, she can rack up damage really quickly. Because once she charges it up, the projectile moves very fast, so it's pretty difficult to dodge if you're, in a straight line in front of her. Cool, so that's Y'shtola in a nutshell for you guys. Like I said, the HP attack that was used in the games we watched is more of an offensive HP attack. Now, she has a couple of other HP attacks that you occasionally see people use that are more for zoning. And if you're actually interested in seeing one of those popular ones, you can take a look at my Furion video that I did a few weeks ago. In each of the games, he was actually partnered with a Y'shtola player using one of those called Spiritual Ray, which pretty much covers a small zone for 5 seconds, and if anyone's standing in it at that time, it blows up and deals HP damage. So that one's definitely more for zoning, not really something you can just immediately throw out, but more to kind of prevent people from going in certain directions and trying to split up the team. So she definitely has, a couple of different playstyles. She's definitely a good support character. If you have someone that can dish out a lot of HP damage, someone more like Vaughn or maybe a Titus or Kane, they have characters that can really push out damage really quickly and that could follow up on some of her combo attacks or some of her knockback attacks. Those would complement her really well. And then, like you obviously saw, she works well with characters like Furion, anyone that can start combos, because she can dish out a ton of damage too. It's kind of not what you'd expect, but she can do a lot of HP damage and honestly do a lot of bravery damage too if, someone's stuck in position. So yeah, that's kind of Y'shtola in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more Y'shtola, like I said, Mikey Neko has a ton of Y'shtola videos. I've got a link down to his channel below, so definitely check him out. A lot of great content there. So I'm kind of getting down to where I've done all the characters that I know a lot about or that I've watched some of. I hadn't honestly watched a ton of Y'shtola or Bart's, which was the last character I did. So I'm kind of just freeballing it at this point. So if anybody has any character requests, feel free to let me know. I'm kind of open to doing whoever next. Just kind of trying to do some research on them beforehand. So if anyone has anyone they really want to see, let me know, and I will try to put that in the pipeline coming up in the next few weeks. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I will see you again next week. Have a good one.